Ready.
Hello, today we're going to read this book called Funny Bones. Shall we start? Funny Bones by Janet and Alan Alberg. Funny Bones. Funny Bones by Janet and Alan Alberg. And this is how the story begins. On a dark, dark hill, there was a dark, dark town. In the dark, dark town, there was a dark, dark street. In the dark, dark street, there was a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there was a dark, dark staircase. Down the dark, dark staircase, there was a dark, dark cellar. And in the dark, dark cellar, some skeletons lived. There was a big skeleton, a little skeleton, and a dog skeleton. One night, the big skeleton sat up in bed. He scratched his skull. "What shall we do tonight?" he said. "Let's take the dog for a walk," said the little skeleton, "and frighten somebody." "Good idea," the big skeleton said. So the big skeleton, the little skeleton, and the dog skeleton climbed the dark, dark staircase and stepped out into the dark, dark street. They walked past houses and shops. They walked past the zoo and the police station. They went into the park. The big skeleton scratched his skull. "What shall we do now?" he said. "Let's play on the swings," said the little skeleton, "and throw a stick for the dog and frighten somebody." "Good idea," said the big skeleton. So the big skeleton, the little skeleton, and the dog skeleton walked around the dark, dark pond, past the dark, dark tennis court, and up into the dark, dark swings. The big skeleton and the little skeleton played on the swings. They threw a stick for the dog. Suddenly something happened. The dog chased the stick, tripped over a park bench, bumped into a tree, and ended up as a little pile of bones. "Look at that," the big skeleton said. "He's all come to pieces. What shall we do now?" "Let's put him together again," the little skeleton said. So the big skeleton and the little skeleton put the dog skeleton together again. They sang a song while they did it. The toe bone's connected to the foot bone. The foot bone's connected to the leg bone. The leg bone's connected to the hip bone. The hip bone's connected to the backbone. Then they got mixed up. Is that a toe bone?" the little skeleton said. "Where does this one go?" said the big skeleton. "Oh, woof, woof, oh, woof." When they had finished, the big skeleton said, "That dog looks a bit funny to me." "So he does," said the little skeleton. "We've got his tail on the wrong end and his head full," said the dog skeleton. At last, the dog skeleton was put back properly again. The big skeleton and the little skeleton sang another song. These bones can bark again, can run around in the park again, can frighten people in the dark again. The big skeleton scratched his skull. "That reminds me," he said. "We forgot to frighten somebody. Let's do it on the way home then," said the little skeleton. "Good idea," said the big skeleton. So the big skeleton and the little skeleton and the dog skeleton left the dark, dark Wings went into the dark, dark town and tried to frighten somebody. I wish we had a nice little boy to frighten. I wish we had a nice old lady. The trouble was there wasn't anybody. Everyone was in bed. Even the policemen in the police station were in bed. Even the animals in the zoo. Of course, the skeleton animals were awake. Squeak, 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 squeak. Snort, oink. Let's have a ride on the elephant, skeleton, the little skeleton said. Let's have a word with the parrot skeleton, the big skeleton scratched his skull. Let's keep out of the way of the crocodile skeleton, he said. Yup, nearly. Good evening. All who's a cheeky boy then have a cup of tea. Pretty Polly put the kettle on Mother. When they were back in the street and when they still could not find anybody to frighten, the big skeleton said, "What shall we do now?" The little skeleton scratched his skull. "Let's frighten each other," he said. "That's better than nothing." "Good ideas," the big skeleton said. "Bye-bye. Let's frighten each other. Good idea." What a brain. What a brain. What a brain. So after the big skeleton frightened the little skeleton frightened the big skeleton and the little skeleton frightened the dog skeleton, and the dog skeleton frightened them. "I'm going to get you. Gotcha!" Boop! Meow. Woof! They hid around corners and frightened each other. They climbed up lampposts and frightened each other. They jumped out of dustbins and frightened each other. Woo! Help! Yelp! All the way home. And that's how the story ends. On a dark, dark hill, there was a dark, dark town. In the dark, dark town, there was a dark, dark street. In the dark, dark street, there was a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there was a dark, dark staircase. Down the dark, dark staircase, there was a dark, dark cellar. In the dark, dark cellar, some skeletons lived. They still do. Now, guys, we're going to do some art. Wow, there's a book, and then we have a pencil case. So first, shall we draw a flower? So first, we need a pencil, which is here. And we have a rubber with the pencil, luckily. So now we're going to draw our rose, because we're going to draw a rose. Not any old flower, will we? Right. So now we're going to draw our rose. We have to start in the middle, swirly, whirly, whirly, whirly. And then we do this wiggly circle. And then we do wiggly circles all over. So it makes a rose. It's quite a big rose. Oh dear, those lines are bad. We don't need them. Now there's our rose, but we forgot something. Oh yeah, the spikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the leaves. Okay. So that's our rose. Now shall we colour it in? What colour rose? Roses are normally red, but sometimes they might be pink. So let's do a pink rose. Now, pinky, pinky, pink. pinky, pinky, pink. Pinky, 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 pink. A pink rose is on our way. We have a pink rose on here. Now, is the pink rose going good so far? But I think we forgot something before we colour in. So shall we put the pink down? And then we get our pencil. And then I just thought it would be nice to draw the sun. And then some clouds. So it's like a really big rose. Doesn't it look really tall? So we're going to draw some really tall grass. Then good. Now, I think we finished with the pink. So what we're going to do is we're going to colour in the stem. So that is going to be green. Well, today we're going to do dark green. Oh, really nice and pretty, isn't it? Now we're going to do the grass dark green. Now this picture is going to take ages. Well, we don't need to colour in the sky because the pages are already blue. You know, after this rose, we're going to draw a rainbow. I'm sure everyone likes rainbows. Probably. I know I'm quite a chatterbox now. Shall put this in. Oh, dear. Now we shall colour in the sun. Look how bright it is. Well, what I'm going to do, you know those stripes? I'm going to go over them in my yellow. There. Now it's time for the rainbow. Okay, I thought we actually could do the rainbow, but no. Thank you. Bye. Everyone, hope you enjoyed.